Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are making cake truffles, also known as cake pops without the stick. Today I'm starting off with mud cake scraps left over from a cake made earlier that day. I have placed the scraps in the KitchenAid mixing bowl and I'm going to use the paddle attachment to beat this together. I turn the mixer on to a medium speed and let that form the dough. I am not using any ganache or icing to bring the cake together to form a dough today, as the mud cake that I am using is very moist and comes together on its own. Once it starts to come away from the sides of the bowl and you can press it together and it stays just like cookie dough would, it is ready to roll out. Now the cake pop dough is ready to work with, I'm going to use my scales to weigh out 50-gram balls. I do this by placing the dough on the scales and tearing the scale back to 0. I then grab some dough until it says minus 50 grams. I'm then going to roll this together in my hands until it's a nice smooth ball. I'm going to repeat this process with the remaining dough. Once all the balls are weighed off and rolled, I'm going to place these in the fridge to chill for about 30 minutes just to firm up slightly. Once chilled, I'm going to start making the first set of truffles, which is going to be dipped in dark chocolate ganache and drizzled with white chocolate. These are so that they look like traditional truffles. As you can see here, I'm using a fork to dip the cake pop in the ganache, then taking it out, tapping off the excess and placing it onto a piece of baking paper. I repeated this exact process for another 5 truffles. The rest of the cake pops will be rolled in either hundreds and thousands sprinkles or coconut. I'm now coating my other cake pops in ganache roughly and placing them on the baking paper. This is so the sprinkles and coconut have something to stick to when rolling them. Once the other 6 truffles were roughly coated in ganache, I then transferred these to the fridge to set up for 10 minutes. As you can see here, I have a small bowl of hundreds and thousands and have a roughly dipped truffle. I'm going to roll the truffle between my hands until the ganache is tacky again. I'm now going to place this into the bowl of sprinkles and roll it around until the truffle is completely covered with hundreds and thousands. Once I'm happy with how it's looking, I lightly press the truffle to ensure the sprinkles have adhered nicely to the ganache. I pop that aside to set and repeat this with another 2 truffles. I'm now going to repeat the exact same process, but this time rolling the truffle in desiccated coconut. Again, pressing lightly on the truffle after they have been tossed in the coconut to ensure that the coconut adheres to the ganache. Now to finish the plain ganache dipped truffles, I have melted some white chocolate and placed it in a Ziploc bag and snipped off a tiny bit of the end of the corner and started drizzling the white chocolate over the truffles back and forth. This is to make them look like a traditional truffle. I then pop these back in the fridge to set for another 5 minutes. Now they are all set and ready to eat, I have plated the 3 different truffles that I have made. You can honestly coat them in whatever you like, chocolate, biscuit crumbs, etc. You can even flavour the dough by adding some extract to make them chocolate raspberry or mint flavoured. It's completely up to you and your flavour preferences. These would be great for a decoration on a cake or just sharing with friends and family. These are a perfect way to use up your excess cake scraps, and the flavour combinations are endless. If you liked this video and want to see more tutorials all things baking and cake decorating, please like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any videos. I upload every Wednesday. See you next time!